Everybody knows it ain't all peaches and cream when you find yourself locked up inside a prison. And one thing about the world inside a prison is word gets around and it travels like this. Somebody can have a plan to do something, and before you know it, you're going to hear about it before it even happens. For this video here, I'm going to be talking about what you should do if you find out another inmate is trying to put a hit on you or someone else.
Same time of the week, better be there. Have my people send a message, make sure that it's there. Time for me to collect, bring the shit over here. Cause you can tell them my face, don't make me come over there. I'll run up in your room, put my shank in your neck. Swear to God, I'll wet you up, better show me respect. I'm hitting licks like nut, break bread with dogs. Putting on for Eastside, Davey, this K-Fraud, it's a robbery. Heard what I said, I got some names I won't say. Most of them dead, for that tunch you get as a press on your head. Take the shit out your locker, throw it all on my bed. You got a daughter back you up, I don't care what you click. 2 lockers to fit both y'all shit. See me in the cut jamming, smoking the rip. Getting tatted with the money that your people are sent. See on the streets I would've bust you, but in prison I come cut you.
What's up, y'all? You already know, man. K-Fraud TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and also make sure you hit that notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. My name's Fraud. It's your first time tuning in, or if you've been over here a couple times, you should know me by now, but almost everything I talk about over here has to do with prison or some type of lockup, because I want people to know what it's truly like if you find yourself doing a bid anywhere around the world. Where I did my time at was in the state of Florida, so it might be a little different than where it is where you are, but for the most part, no matter where it is around the world, I feel like you could still relate to the things that I talk about over here on this channel. For this video, I'm going to be talking about what you're supposed to do if you find out that another inmate has a hit on you or on another inmate. Okay, now everybody knows prison's one of them places where things can get hectic, and when things get hectic, knives come out. When a knife is coming out, it's, you know, it's fight or flight, okay? And you might think that you grew up, you know, bumping. You grew up knowing how to, you know, block or throw punches, jabs, whatever. Use your hands real good. Inside of prison, it's not always guaranteed that you're going to get to fight, okay? You might never get in a fight. You might only get put in an institution where it's strictly knife play. Now, when you find yourself in a situation like this, what's the saying? You know how they say don't bring a knife to a gunfight? Well, shit, you can't bring knees to a knife fight. So if you find yourself in an institution where everybody's toting knives, you're going to have to get with the program or curl. All right? And that's 9 times out of 10 how it is, no matter where you are, what state it is, you know? But if you happen to be on a compound and you find it to where it's more laid back, more lenient, there's not really that many problems, nobody's playing with knives that often, then, you know, you could kind of, you know, lay back and relax a little more, and then you ain't got to worry about getting a knife or pulling a knife out if the knife isn't going to be, you know, used, all right? But if you happen to be locked up and word gets to you, you know, that inmate is going to put a hit on you, which it means it secretly traveled to you, my advice to you is what you should do is get a knife. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a get or get got world, you know? If I hear you got a hit on me or you're gonna try to stab me or something like that, I'm coming for you first. You know, I ain't the hardest person in the damn bunch, you know, or the sharpest knife in the drawer, but one thing about it, if you give me that big of a window to where I already know something's gonna happen and I'm already expecting you to come at me and stab me to where you done already told people you're gonna stab me or you put a hit on me, you give me that big of a window, man, even if I'm not the, you know, toughest person around, I'm still going to come get at you, and I'm going to try to hurt you first. It's common sense. I mean, who wouldn't? Are you going to just sit back and ignore it and just wait until the day comes? No, hell no. Because once you hear about that, if you just sit back and you're like waiting, and you're like, yeah, you know, that is what it is, and just brush it off, and you're just sitting there waiting for them to come get you, you know, they're going to see that you ain't really worried. So now you give them more time to recuperate and get everything in order and rotation to where they can get your ass even easier. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, just like a case, you know, when you find a loophole in your case and you get to appeal it, you know, you find that one little gray spot that wasn't, you know, supposed to be seen. You know, it's like a sign from God, you know, to get you back into court, to give you your time back. I feel like that's what it is if word gets back to you before it happens. That was the little loophole. Them spreading the word and it getting to you before it even took place. You feel me? That's a sign from God. So why would I ignore it? Like, oh, I knew they were going to stab me. Oh, how you know that? Because someone told me that 3 weeks ago. No, hell no. I'm going to go ahead and get a knife and I'm going to come at you about it. You know what I'm saying? And you're never supposed to pull a knife out on somebody if you aren't going to use it. You see what I'm saying? But just for word to get to me that you got a hit on me or you're paying someone or you're going to stab me yourself means you had to been talking. That shit didn't just get made up along the way. You said something about me somewhere, somehow, some way. So I can't just run up on you, up my knife, and confront you about it and then you say you didn't do it, because then now what? I let my guard down, I go to walk away and you get me? Or I pulled the knife out and I didn't stab you, so it gives you a reason to come at me? Because think about it. If somebody came at you and confronted you and pulled a knife out and they don't stab you, what you gonna do? Obviously, if you can't get them right then and there, they dumb for pulling a knife on you and walking off, because now you get to go get your ammunition. You feel me? That's how I look at it. You feel me? But now, my opinion when it comes to this is you got to go see that person first, man. And I know every situation's different. Some are going to be trickier than the others, and you might even jump the gun and do something that wasn't even needed. It might have, not been what he said. He might have talked about you somewhere and word got around, but prison's one of those places where, you feel the tension. It's not going to just be some random person's got a hit on you. You feel me? You're going to know where it came from. You're going to know your mess ups, your fuck ups that led to someone wanting to even plate you in the first place. You see what I'm saying? It's not like you're just going to be deer meat and be on that plate for no reason. You're going to know either you messed up having business with someone, or you got someone's contraband knocked off, or owed someone's money before. So when word gets around to you about that, you're going to already know if it's true or not. You feel me? If you owed somebody money for 6 months and then you just paid them, now all of a sudden you're hearing from someone that such and such is putting a hit on you, you already know why. You feel me? He's trying to clear you off the board now that you done paid your tab. But that shit ain't gonna just be heard of, because how are people making this up? How do they even know that me and you did business to where I owed you for 6 months to where it got around to me like this? That means they were speaking about you somehow. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like if you hear someone is gonna stab you or someone is putting a hit on you, you better go after them first, man. Like I said, this is a fight or flight zone. You can't not do it. You know what I'm saying? Waiting is stupid. Checking in and going and telling the guard someone's got a hit on you, that's stupid too, because that one individual that had a hit just turned into about 900 people now. Because once the compound finds out you're pulling them little police stunts and you're telling on people and shit like that, now people who didn't even have problems with you, or who were cool with you, or didn't even know you, all of them are going to want your head now. Because nobody wants a rat or a tattletale on the compound. You see what I'm saying? So my best advice is to go get their ass first. And that's your blessing of that gray area loophole of it getting out and word getting to you before it actually happened. You see, me, if I'm going to put a hit on somebody, or if I'm going to go stab someone myself, I'm not telling people. It's like when you commit a crime. Nobody wants a co-defendant. Nobody wants it to get out to people what you did. And then how do you do that? By having loose ends, which is another person who knows what you did, who knows what you're going to do. Same thing when you're going to stab someone in prison. If you're going to stab someone or put a hit on them, nobody should know that you were going to stab them yourself but you. And nobody should know that you put a hit on them but the person that, is getting the plate. The person that is, that you're paying to get that person for you. The hitman. You and him are the only two people. So if word gets around and you only told the hitman, then the hitman told somebody. You see? The less loose ends, the better. You feel me? But my advice is you better handle up. Okay? Now, if you get word that someone's going to stab someone else, the hit is on someone else and not on you, my opinion and my advice to this shit is low-key, put your people on game. Like your main day ones, the people you ride with. Make sure everybody is on board. Make sure everybody knows what's going on that's in your circle, the people you fought with the most. You get what I'm saying? So that way they're aware. If subject A is going to stab subject B, you don't want to be standing next to subject B in the chow hall line, or standing next to subject B in the barbershop line, or waiting, to go through the rec yard. You don't want to be standing next to the person who is the target. And the simple fact for that is people might not know if you're cool with that person or not. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes people get the wrong target. You feel me? I had a homeboy in there. He was a rapper. And everybody loved him. And the Bloods put a hit on this one dude that was walking in line in front of him. And he's like, that's him right there. And he's like, yeah, I see him. I know who he is. And my dog got poked up. He had nothing to do with it. He was the wrong person. And then the dude that stabbed him, the Bloods went after him now, their own kind, because he hit the wrong person. And the person he hit was a West Side Blood. You see? So the wrong people get stabbed too. So when you get word of someone getting stabbed, you know, don't make it too obvious and be pointing fingers and shit, you know, or staring down the person that's getting stabbed, you know, but put your people up on game so that way they know to keep their distance from the situation. Because if it ain't got nothing to do with you and it don't involve you, don't put yourself out there to get involved. Because these aren't just a 1, 2, 3 beefs. These shits go on until somebody is got. And then even when you do get got, it's still going on in the pound. And you can still get got when you get transferred to someone else. Or your friends, or someone you were talking to, someone you cooked with, someone you used to play spades with all the time, someone that you would, you know, gamble with, someone you'd watch TV with. Anybody that see you talking to, they're at risk. You just put them in harm's way now. That's the way that the chain gang goes. You feel me? So you don't want it to where one of your friends you're cool with gets stabbed up all because they're hanging out and eating at the same table is the subject B that's supposed to get stabbed. That's why you got to put your people up on game. You know what I'm saying? And you should also put your people up on game if you find out a hit's on you. Let your dogs know, man, I heard such and such got a hit on me, bro, so I'm finna go handle this. You know, you gotta use your friends in there, bro, while you can. Because not everybody in there has them. You got to make it to where your dogs are on that front line with you. And if they ain't, then they fall back. Then you know where y'all stand. Y'all are cool to eat together and play spades together or shoot hoops together and watch TV together, but y'all ain't cool to rock out with together. You got to know which area so that way you don't look dumb when a war strikes. You don't want to be sitting there, you got 5 dogs you're with 24/7, so now next thing you know, you think it's you 6 against them 6, but in all reality, them 5 motherfuckers that are hanging out with you, none of them are war ready. They're all your dog in every aspect except for when the knives come out. You see what I'm saying? So you got to put your people through these type of things, these obstacles, so you know who's rocking. You know who's gonna fold in what type of situation and who ain't gonna fold. You see what I'm saying? So if you get word, oh, such and such finna stab such and such today, a child. You know, shit. Put your dogs up on game. Hey, bro, check me out. Hey, I heard I'm finna get hit right here. You know, I want to go to child, so, you know what I'm saying? Just be on beat. You know, I don't want you hanging out with, you know, kind of like lace them up for the most part. You feel me? One thing I will tell you that you never, ever, ever do when it comes to hearing someone is getting stabbed is you never, ever tell that person. Okay? That is not your business unless it's one of your dogs. If then you gotta, you know, put yourself out there and get involved in. You feel me? That because it depends on how real and righteous you rock. You feel me? If your ass don't want to say nothing, don't say nothing. You feel me? Hey, it is what it is. But if you really fought with that person, you gonna say something, you know. But it's putting it out there. You know, if you hear such and such is finna stab him and him happens to be your dog and you tell him, man, I heard this and this. Next thing you know, he gets the ups on the dude that's supposed to do it, or he knows bro put a hit on him, whatever it is. Them same people who were involved, including the people who took the hit and the people who placed the hit, you're on their radar now. They're coming after you because they're going to want to know how this motherfucker knew we were coming from him. Oh, well, his dog Frog told him. Oh, well, that's it. That cracker Frog finna get wet too. We finna take him off the pound while we're at it. That's how it goes. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be making sure you go out on that limb to put your dog up on game. Is it really somebody that would go out on that limb for you? Because I seen a lot of motherfuckers, boy, ain't going out on that limb. When that shit go down and that shit get real, them boys tuck their tail and they sit back and watch. A lot of people who talk, you know, way more than they listen. Oh, they want to sit back and listen when the drama comes. They ain't talking now that the knives are out. That's how it goes. You feel me? So you got to make sure you really fuck with the person that, you know, that you putting up on game. I'm going to be real with y'all, you know. I ain't the coolest motherfucker in the world. You know, I got a heart and I don't got a heart. You know, my dogs, if something's about to go down on them, I'm putting them up on game. And I've done it before. But I've also heard of people that were finna get wet and attacked, and I just sat back and watched. Didn't even lace nobody up because it wasn't my spot, wasn't my duty, wasn't my position. You get what I'm saying? And I knew them motherfuckers want to do the same for me. To them, I'm just another cracker. You feel me? So I feel like At the end of the day, I can relate to both. You know what I'm saying? I done did some slimy shit and watched it go down. And then I've also put my dogs up on game and I was in that paint with them and ready to go through whatever. You feel me? So it all just depends. But you remember, you never, ever, ever just lace some random person up and let them know there is a hit on them. You don't know what that person's going to do with that information. You don't know if he's going to, you know, try to kill you, try to stab you, wondering how you know. You feel me? He could go to the person who put the hit out on him and say, man, I heard that you were trying to kill you. Oh, you put a hit on me, blah, 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 blah. And that person can manipulate him and turn it around and be like, where'd you hear that at? Oh, such and such, such and such, the white boy frog, da, 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 da. Oh, really? Well, look, check this out, bro. You know, you want to clean your face or whatever, this. Boom. I really heard he did it. So you should go get him to clean your face with me now. So now the same person you just put up on game just got manipulated by the dude that really put the hit on him. And now he's coming back. Now you're a target. It's like you put yourself in a bubble now. You feel me? And people are going to come around and try to pop that bitch. You know, that's what it is. So you got to be careful, man. You never ever put somebody up on game and tell that person, because they can flip it so many ways. They can run to the police and say that there's a hit on them. How do you know? Oh, because he told me. Next thing you know, you're getting fucking riled up with everybody that's going to confinement under investigation. Because how'd you know? You see, that's how it goes. You feel me? So you just mind your business. And if someone's going to get stabbed, all you could do, if it's not somebody you fought with, is to just sit back and watch it take place. Just make sure you're back against the wall. Because when the knives come out, never will you fully be aware of who's going to fully get stabbed. You might know this guy's the one getting stabbed, but you don't know if the person with the knife thinks the first two people closest to him are his dogs, and really they're just next in line. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it goes. You know, you got to be on point and be on beat. You feel me? You never tell nobody. You know, you mind your business. And you peep your surroundings and you just look out for you and your dogs. That's it. That's it. If there's 5 of y'all and y'all 5 are up against the wall, y'all sitting there, y'all know what's going on, you're just watching from a distance a little bit, you feel me, from the side, then you know, whatever happens, boom, that's it. Just sit back and watch it go. Because one thing about it, that's the way prison is. Prison goes in its own structure and it has its own format of processing. And no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what you think you can change or anything, you're not gonna, you know, this shit's been going on for so long. It's got its own program and it's gonna continue to go like that. That ain't gonna be the first person you see get stabbed, you know, and it probably ain't gonna be the last person. And there's gonna continue to see people get hit. These type of things go on so frequently, you feel me? It's to the point to where it isn't rare when you hear that someone's gonna get stabbed. Word goes around so much from all the stabbings to where you're like, oh shit. Every other day, you'll probably hear such and such gonna get flipped. You feel me? That's the way they word it. Flipped. Oh, they finna flip such and such today at wreck. Flip means they finna flip them. They finna stab them, get them off the pound. You see what I'm saying? Or air them out. Oh, they finna air out, bro. Or they finna airlift them. Or, you know, they got the different lingo. You know what I'm saying? When that lingo come out, you already know what it is. It's not like you're gonna say, oh, such and such is gonna get stabbed with a knife today at 2 o'clock. No, they don't talk like that. They talk in their lingo. You feel me? Such and such finna get flipped today at wreck. That's it. It's simple. Oh, what's up with bro? I don't know, bro. Don't go near him, bro. I heard he finna get aired out at wreck. Oh, okay. See, you're going to hear it so frequently that you got to kind of learn to adapt to that shit. Or next thing you know, the word going around of who's getting stabbed is going to be you. You see what I'm saying? That's my opinion when it comes to what you do if you hear another inmate is going to get stabbed. You feel me? Now, if it is one of your dogs and you don't lace them up, that's some green ass shit. You feel me? That's creep. That means that really wasn't your dog. That means you were playing real cutthroat. You know, and if that's how you are, then hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't fuck with him as heavy as you swore you did. You know, but if I was the hitman, or I was the person that put the, you know, the hit on you, whether I'm the one coming with the knife or I'm the one that sent the knife, and I see I'm gonna put a hit on this dude or I'm gonna stab this dude, right? And I know who he hangs out with, I know who he's cool with, and I know his dog heard of him getting stabbed, is gonna get stabbed, and his dog didn't tell him that. I'm gonna feel like, damn, that really ain't his dog, you know what I'm saying? But I can't trust him either. You know, I might go at him too. You see? So you not telling your dog isn't gonna make it to where people are gonna like bless you and spare you. No. Y'all get it. Your homeboys, your clique, your cousins, your gang, your friends, all y'all get it. You see, that's how it goes. So it's like you not telling your dog is just cutting off one other person that you had on your squad. Because you telling him and then he gets stabbed, no matter what happens to him, where he goes, he's still your dog. He's still gonna rock with you because he knows you was his dog and you put him up on game, and that bond between y'all was like brotherhood. So you just cut another dude off. You feel me? So now instead of you having 5 dogs, you know, you only got 4. You feel me? And then out of them 4 that are left, they might not, you know, truly agree with you not putting bro up on game. Yeah, they might feel like you went against the grain. Now them boys, you can't trust them. They gonna stab you and get you out of there. It's like the domino effect, you know what I'm saying? Bro played with money. So next thing you know, there's a hit on him. He got flipped. Boom. His homeboy heard that he was gonna get hit. He never put his homeboy up on game. The other homeboys flipped him. Boom. For not putting him up on game. See, that's how it goes. It's like the domino effect. You know, so that's why you gotta be aware. You got to be ready when this type of shit happens, because it's not rare information. You're going to hear these type of things like clockwork. You know, people are going to get flipped and aired out and, you know, airlifted and all this shit so frequently that you're not going to even know their names. You're going to just see, bro, oh, that's a new nigga. Okay, bro's new. Oh, okay, that's the new nigga. Okay, yeah, bro's new. And the next thing you know, boy, he got flipped. You're going to start seeing so many people get flipped left and right, to where you're like, damn, I can't even get to know their name before they got flipped. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. That shit's like clockwork. You feel me? And if you find yourself in one of these situations, it's all on you. You know, if someone's going to put a hit on you, if you want to, you know, tell, then that's you. That's you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You do whatever you do. Everybody handles their situations different. But I tell you what, if you tell, you better get off that compound, because they're going to find out you told, and then it ain't going to be one person trying to stab you. It's going to be multiple. You see what I'm saying? And then if you want to, you know, go pick your knife up and you go get their ass first, then hey, I respect that. You know, you handled up. Or if you hear information of someone else getting stabbed and you don't want to tell them because you don't fuck with them like that, hey, I don't blame you. But if it's one of your dogs and you want to make it to where it's known, like, hey, bro, I heard such and such made you a plate. You feel me? They coming for you. I'm just letting you know I'm rocking with you. I salute it. I respect it. You see what I'm saying? That's all I got for y'all today, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all let me know what y'all would do in this situation. Are you telling the person? Whether you know them or not, are you going to tell them? If it's your dog, are you for sure going to tell them? Or are you going to stay out of it, like, for good? Because, you know, they say in prison, minding your business is one of the main things you're supposed to do. So do you just sit back and you just watch like I've done a couple times? Or do you just, nah, bro, and just tell everybody? Anytime you hear there's a hit on him, you try to hurry up and tell him. Man, you ain't gonna last long on that compound. You do that shit. I guarantee you. I'll be damned. I'll be damned and I'll be surprised if you make it past the first incident. I'd be surprised if you told somebody they were gonna get stabbed and people know you told him and you don't get flipped that first time. I guarantee you, people ain't doing this shit and getting away with it. You gonna get caught up. I'm telling you. Bro gonna be bragging when people, his own homeboys and friends gonna want to know, bro, how you know them boys were finna flip you, bro? So you got the ups on them first. Oh, such and such told me. And then word gonna get around, yeah, that boy told them. I'm telling you. Feel me? But what would you do in this situation? If someone had a hit on you and was gonna stab you, what would you do? Or if it was a hit on someone else, what would you do? That's what the comment section is there for. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Let me know y'all thoughts. And like I always say, make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, and clout chasers out your circle. And until next time, it's the one and only I Am My Team Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though. I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though. Cause I'm a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal.